everyone, it's Moonlight Mason. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for being here with me. If it's your first time here, do consider subscribing and always like that button. I found myself watching videos and really enjoying them, and I was not liking, and I thought, how am I supposed to, or what, wait, I thought, why is it that I think I should get all these likes if I'm not going around liking everybody else's videos that I do like? So I started liking and commenting, and yeah. So anyways, in this video, I want to talk about Nina Unrated, and she's going back to stripping. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And what are my thoughts? What are my thoughts? Anyways, we're going to get into it right now. I want to say that I know that sometimes in the past I've made a few videos on Nina Unrated, and people come after me and say stuff like, well, kind of like what Lisa Ashley and Jackie Ina did with the owner of Juvia's Place when they thanked, just a simple thank you to Jeffree Star. Well, that's another video, isn't it? But it's similar in a way, because you notice somebody said thank you, or me, I make a video on Nina Unrated, and what's happened in the past, all these comments say, oh, you don't know what happened, you must be new, you don't know what she did way back then, and then people give you examples of she did this, she did that. Come on, you guys. I'm like, you know what? I haven't seen that. And not only have I haven't seen it, I know, okay, let's just say all that is true, and she's admitted to a lot of it. Say all that is true. But didn't you do things when you were younger as well? And that if you're older now, I mean, if you're still in your 20s or 30s, you probably are still doing some crazy stuff. I know I did some really crazy things as well, right? But then, you know, it wasn't broadcast on the internet or anything like that. I mean, I've never been arrested, or I've never had a police standoff or anything like that. But, you know, all of us have our stories that we can tell, right? And then you grow. She's 40 years old, and she's really made an effort. Someone actually left a comment recently in my last video saying that Trisha Paytas and Nina Unrated are so alike, and that I praise Nina Unrated and that I bash Trisha Paytas, and there is nothing true about any of that. I do not bash Trisha, and and I certainly acknowledge what Nina has done in the past, but I'm not sure what her past actions have to do with her present, the way she leads her life in the present. Okay, so I'm not going to get into defending Nina. I don't want to go into this. All I'm saying is that from what I see, she has grown. Does that mean she won't make mistakes, or she won't do something stupid? Well, I don't know. Does that mean you never do anything stupid? I mean, I do stupid things. I can't even speak correctly sometimes. So, hey, you know what I'm saying? But from what I can see with her, she is growing emotionally, mentally. Do I have questions of things I don't understand about Nina? I do. And I'm going to talk a little bit about it right now. I do. But certainly I don't feel like, you know, she's like, oh, I shouldn't talk about her, or I shouldn't even make a video about her. She's such a bad person. No, I don't feel like that at all. Now that we have that over with, she's going back to stripping. And she made a video, and she was asking everyone, you know, what do you think? And basically she was saying that she is you know, that she's working really hard on her 3 channels on YouTube. She's trying to do, I put a lot of effort, and it's just meeting her basic needs. And I completely understand. To be honest, that's where I'm at. Unfortunately, it's not a good place to be. And, you know, sometimes it doesn't meet your basic needs of food. You know, I mean, number one is the rent. But, you know, your bills and your food and your gas and your insurance and all of that, right? Once you have all that paid, how much do you have left over? That's the key. Well, some people have, you know, 1,000 times dollars left over, right? Some people have like $10,000 left over. They do. A lot of people have like $10,000 left over after they pay their basic necessities. Yes, they do, right? Like Ty Lopez probably has like $100,000 left over or something like that. But most of us, unfortunately, who do not do the hard work, we don't learn early enough what it is that we're supposed to do to be successful in life, emotionally successful, right? Like Trisha, she's not emotionally successful because she's emotionally broken. Mentally successful, so that you've got your balanced, you know, you've got your marbles balanced, and you can do, you know, the pros and cons, and know that, you know, no matter what, life is a gift, and you're going to be happy, and you're going to, if there's something there that you're not happy about, you're going to make sure that you do the best that you can to make it right. Like, you know, going to therapy if that's what you need to do, or whatever the case is. But I think that I would never say this, so let's not say that this is a blanket statement that I'm making, that I'm saying something to 20-year-olds or 30-year-olds. Really, I would never say this to a 20-year-old. I would really never say this to a 30-year-old. I probably wouldn't say this to anyone but Nina Unrated, okay? And I'm going to tell you why, all right? But what I have to say is I think she should go back to stripping. The way she said how much money she could make, right? And I mean, it's so much money. Every night she gets paid. I really think that smart Nina Unrated should go back to stripping. Now, she does have a couple of issues, which she talked about, which are really plain, like she's 40 years old, and you know those girls are 30. I mean 30. They're not 30, they're 18. Are you kidding me? They're like 18 years old at the strip clubs or younger, right? And Nina's 40. But you know what? Who can really beat Nina's body right now? And you know that Nina Unrated, her body, I mean, it's absolutely beautiful. It's stunning, like a fitness model. So, and the way she, you know, here's the thing. Nina is going to be so much more successful at stripping right now because she's mature, and she's mature enough to know, you know, I need to leave the club now. I have responsibilities. I need to do this and this, and not get led into the wrong hands, led into, you know, doing different drugs and going with the wrong people, and all of these horrible things that can happen to younger women who are not mature yet, you know, who don't know what they're doing. And so, because, you know, she's got the moves, she's sexy, you know, she's pretty, she's gonna do the Botox and get all this stuff done. I'm really happy for her. I hope it happens. And I never thought I would say anything like this to anyone, and I probably wouldn't, but I think for her going back stripping, I think that's a great idea. I do. I think it's a great idea. And personally, I mean, I have never done anything like that. I could have. I've been invited to. I've been invited to recently at the gym. There's a lady who is a madam, and she's a madam, so she like owns, I don't know, like an agency, or I don't know how she does it, but you can work for her going out, what does she call it? Oh, she calls it escorting. And she said, she offered me a job. She told me, she said, you know, I can hire you and you can make, you know, several hundred to $1,000 a night working for me escorting. And I said, what exactly is escorting? And she said it goes anywhere from just having, you know, going to getting dressed up and having drinks and dinner with a gentleman, anywhere from just that and nothing more to doing, you know, whatever, you know. But I'm not that person. I've never been that person. I just am not. And so, I mean, I wish that I could be, but I'm not. I remember one time when I was with this girl and we were in a car, and I've had many friends that are strippers, okay? I've had at least 5, maybe more than 5 that I've known that are and have stripped, okay? Or danced or entertained. What does Nina call it? An entertainer. That kind of cracked me up when she said that, but it probably is true, an entertainer. And these girls were young, and yeah, they weren't that happy. Really, none of them were really that happy because they don't have the maturity. They don't have the emotional maturity and the mental maturity to compartmentalize that experience and know that it's just that. And then you can be who you are for your children or for going to school, which is the reality of a lot of strippers out there. They are, you know, paying to go to school or supporting themselves and their children. It's not all like, you know, what we think. And they do make all that money. And so because Nina is older and she has the tools, she's talking about getting a butt plug. She cracks me up, but see, she knows how to do it. She'll have it down, and she wants to vlog it, but you can't vlog inside the club. So that's sad, because I would be all over looking at it. I would like that. Now, I'm gonna talk to you a little bit about my strip club experience as, you know, just going to them. I have been to more strip clubs that are gay in San Francisco. I haven't been to any in LA, not strip clubs, but I'm talking about strip clubs in San Francisco that are gay, and this was a long, long time ago. And the stuff that I saw being done on stage, which if I saw it back then, I'm sure now I have no idea what happens in some of these clubs, like on stage. But these are, the ones I went to were all gay because one of my best friends was gay and I would just go with him and we would go to all the gay clubs. And so, yeah, and then sometimes we would go to a lesbian club. And I remember once I went to a lesbian club and this girl, she sat next to me and I started talking to her and I really liked her because I like androgyny. You got a lot, I've shared that with you before. So, you know, if I have, you know, a man like Pierre XO who's like, God, he's fine. That dude is fine. You guys, you want to, that's my taste. You know, I like someone who wears makeup and I like someone who, you know, has an edge to them. But I like geeky guys too. I just love men. I love, love, love men. But if you're a guy and you have some like feminine mannerisms or you have like, you wear makeup or any of that, you got that kind of an edge, then, you know, that kind of like just really, you know, blows my skirt up. Nobody ever says that anymore. Blows my skirt up. Anyways, you guys, so I don't know what, I was invited to a couple of my girlfriends, you know, when they strip. But, you know, I don't know. I don't want to sit up front when I go see a woman strip. I'm not into women at all. So for me, going to the strip, I would go with like, you know, my ex-husband, or I would go with, you know, a guy to a strip club. But I don't, you know, first of all, I don't drink at all. And I don't really enjoy looking at women naked at all. I mean, that's just me. That's not something I'm into. I just do not like to look at naked women. I'm not into it. Like even at the gym, I'm like, oh my God, you know, I just can't, you guys. And I don't feel comfortable being naked around women. Now, if I was naked in the men's locker room and all these guys were around me naked, oh man, I would be happy as could be. I would like that. But anyways, I just wanted to share a little bit about that. So in the comments below, can you please be nice about Nina Unrated, and don't tell me that I'm talking about someone who did this, that, and the third, and that they were a bad person back then and all the stuff that they did. I don't want to hear it. I understand what you're saying. This is a long time ago. Let it go. This is why I didn't make a video about Jackie, Ina, and Alyssa Ashley on the Juvia's Place and the Jeffree Star. I didn't make a video because my opinion would be an unpopular one. So, that's my video for today. And I will see you in my next one. Bye. Bye.